new Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra finalizes cabinet lineup. Thailand's political landscape is evolving under the leadership of the newly appointed Prime Minister, Paetongtarn Shinawatra. She announced on Monday that she has finalized the lineup of her cabinet, a key step in forming her government after ascending to office on August 16. The announcement comes after a rigorous vetting process of candidates, with a list of 35 ministers expected to be submitted for royal endorsement this week. The new coalition government, spearheaded by Paetongtarn's Pheu Thai party, is anticipated to take office officially by mid-September, according to the acting Prime Minister, Phumtham Wechayachai. This rapid development follows the disqualification of Pheu Thai's Sretha Thavisin, who was ousted from his role after less than a year in power due to ethics violations identified by a court ruling. The swift transition underscores the Pheu Thai party's resilience and adaptability amidst political upheavals. The finalized cabinet is expected to reflect a blend of experienced politicians and fresh faces, aiming to stabilize Thailand's political environment and address pressing issues ranging from economic recovery to social reforms. Paetongtarn's leadership marks a significant moment, with her administration focusing on maintaining political stability and driving economic growth. Ambitious Land Reclamation Project gains traction to combat coastal erosion and flooding. In a bold move to combat environmental challenges, Thailand is considering an ambitious land reclamation project covering approximately 300,000 rai, around 48,000 hectares, of sea area. This project stretches from Tambon Pak Nam in Samut Prakan's Muang district to the mouth of the Chin River in Samut Sakhon. It has garnered support from various experts and is seen as a critical measure to address Bangkok's vulnerability to flooding and the severe coastal erosion affecting the Bangkok district. The proposal was prominently featured by former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra during his Vision for Thailand 2024 dinner talk in Bangkok on August 22, where he outlined it as a strategic part of the government's long-term development plans. The land reclamation is not just about creating new urban spaces. It also serves a dual purpose as a protective barrier against rising sea levels and coastal erosion exacerbated by climate change. Suchat V. Sawansawat, a notable civil engineering expert and former president of King Mongkut's Institute of Technology Ladkrabang, has been a vocal advocate for this project. According to Suchat V., this initiative should have been implemented long ago to mitigate the growing risks posed by climate change. It's encouraging to see that prominent figures recognize the importance of this matter, he said, emphasizing the need for Thailand to proactively address environmental threats. Technically feasible, the project involves filling in the eroded coastal areas of Bangkok and surrounding seas, potentially adding significant habitable land. This would help counteract the rapid coastal erosion that has plagued the district for years. However, such an undertaking requires substantial financial investment and a strong commitment from the government. There are also lessons to be learned from countries like Singapore, which have successfully implemented similar land reclamation projects. Experts like Assistant Professor Thon Thamrong Nagasawat, a marine environment specialist from Kasetsart University, stressed the importance of incorporating robust environmental protection measures to safeguard marine ecosystems. Without such measures, the reclamation could harm local biodiversity, especially in areas close to the shore. Incumbent Wiwat Nitikanchana secures re-election in Ratchaburi amid political tensions. In a significant local election, independent candidate Wiwat Nitikanchana was re-elected as the chairman of the Ratchaburi Provincial Administration Organization, PAO, defeating his rival from the People's Party, Cherith Sakasarapong. According to unofficial results posted by the Ratchaburi PAO and the Election Commission, Wiwat garnered 242,297 votes, while Cherith received 175,353, with 91% of the votes counted. The voter turnout stood at a robust 67%. Wiwat, who ran as an independent candidate, is widely believed to have had the backing of the Palang Prakarath Party, which secured 3 of the province's 5 parliamentary seats in last year's general election. His re-election is seen as a reaffirmation of his leadership and an endorsement of his policies over the past term. This election was viewed as a critical test for the People's Party's influence at the local level. The party, which has been actively fielding candidates in local elections across several provinces, aimed to expand its grassroots support base. Despite the heavy campaigning by high-profile figures from the People's Power and Progressive Movement, including Paetongtarn Shinawatra, the result shows the challenges the party faces in gaining a foothold in traditional strongholds. Wiwat attributed his victory to his track record as chairman and his commitment to maintaining a close relationship with the community. In his victory speech, he thanked his supporters and emphasized that his success was due to his ongoing efforts to engage with residents and address local issues. In contrast, Cherith conceded defeat and acknowledged that the People's Party would need to reflect on the results to better strategize for future elections. Former Move Forward chief advisor Paetongtarn expressed on Facebook that while the loss was a setback, it would not deter the party's ambitions. He remained hopeful about the party's prospects in future contests in Ratchaburi and beyond. Calls intensify for sea reclamation to combat coastal erosion. The proposal to combat coastal erosion and flooding through a large-scale sea reclamation project is gaining momentum among Thai policymakers and environmental experts. The plan, which involves filling in parts of the sea along a stretch from Samut Prakan to Samut Sakan, aims to create new land that could serve as a buffer against rising sea levels and protect the heavily eroded coastal regions. Experts have pointed out that the traditional methods, such as using bamboo breakwaters, have proven inadequate. These structures often become marine debris within a year or two, failing to provide long-term protection against erosion. Moreover, while concrete power posts provided by the Metropolitan Electricity Authority have been used to reinforce the coastline, these measures are still insufficient. The Bangkok Metropolitan Administration, BMA, has acknowledged the severity of the coastal erosion problem, which has already resulted in the loss of over 2,700 rai, around 430 hectares, of coastal land along Bangkok's 47 km coastline. As a result, the BMA is expediting an environmental impact assessment for a new sea dike project designed to provide more durable protection against further erosion. With the government and experts advocating for more comprehensive solutions, the reclamation project represents a proactive approach to safeguarding Bangkok's future. However, as pointed out by environmental experts, any development must include robust environmental safeguards to prevent unintended ecological damage. The future of Thailand's coastline will depend on the government's commitment to balancing developmental needs with environmental sustainability, a challenge that will require careful planning, substantial investment, and long-term vision.